Fatality.
Hey guys, Doing the Beast here and welcome to another video. But I'd just like to start this off with a big sorry for not having any videos up for almost a month. I've had like a school trip and a lot of summatives, but we're going to be trying to get back onto the normal schedule. And now that we got that out of the way, we can continue with the video. So we can get into the first replay, and then I'll explain the deck and what the basis of it is. So this deck, if you haven't caught on by the title yet, is pretty much just you placing the golem in the back, and then overloading it with, well, you actually might be kind of confused by this, but the amount of troops, it's
over 9,000!
But yeah, you may notice that I really don't care about defense with this deck. Because most of the time, with the amount of troops that I get behind the golem, even the area of effect damage attacks can't really take it all out. So it's usually just a 3-star, 1-attack deck. They took my tower, I don't care. They're attacking my crown tower, well... It's also called Overload because even if they kill the troops right behind your golem at the beginning, you still have troops spamming in behind them in like reinforcements. And then if they think they're cute and they place a minion horde, then you've got those little walking bomb fireball things that blow up. I don't know what they're called, but they're pretty good. You know what those little fireball things remind me of? If you play League, you'll understand. They remind me of those saplings that Maokai throws. They look so similar and they act so similar. It's really cool. But anyways, next game. So this one starts out with me honestly thinking I'm gonna lose just because he has a spawner deck. That sounded so Texan. Spawner deck. Sorry, Baker. A tip for this deck is if you don't start off with the golem in your starting hand, then you either spam elixir collectors or play so much defense. Which in this case I did both, just because the golem was as far away from the cards that I'm gonna get possible. So then after I placed down those little fireball things to take out his burst damage from his spear goblins, I then move on to the golem. Here is the life of a golem. He is summoned into the realm, which takes 2 seconds. He then proceeds to lumber across the map. Admire as he has already picked up a redhead in a dress along his journey along the grey bricked road. Now he has 3 redheads following his path. That's more than follow your path. Oh, sick burn. But do you get it? Fire is red. Redhead. Now watch as the golem dies. Oh wait! He didn't die! It's so troll though, it really is, that he just breaks into 2 tiny golems. So then I didn't win in 1 attack, but when that happens, you just do the exact same thing again, as you can see on that side. The only thought in my head at that moment was, I'm screwed. He takes my tower and I'm just thinking, I'm even more screwed.
Wait, try surprise!
I can overload a golem with troops who have eyes. Didn't fit that well, but it still sounded nice. 2 seconds left and I take his tower. Now there's pretty much nothing he can do. I'm just honestly dropping everything I can. Because at times to Elixir, this deck is broken. Easy money right there, and on to the next replay. Now this guy had a giant skeleton, which could be really good against my deck, but because he wasted at the beginning, it's kind of useless. Golem at the back, ignoring the giant skeleton, as usual. Even with the balloon, as long as his attack isn't strong enough to get a 3 crown on me, I really don't care. The thing with this deck is that it kind of goes along with the saying the best defense is a good offense, because even though he had that one attack going down, once he realized that my attack was so strong, he had to use all his troops and Elixir defending my attack, which would just end up being way too strong for him, so it doesn't really matter what he does. As I said before, his giant skeleton was pretty good against me just because it soaked up my supporting troops to my golem, but just because he started using it on defense so late that it didn't really do much. I love it and I hate it when I almost kill the crown tower. I love it because if I almost kill it, then it's a lot of fun, because then you can stack up troops and overkill it. But I hate it because then the enemy goes into ultra panic mode, where they use 100% of their troops and totally play defense. Like, not even a troop, not even just like an archer on offense. Every single thing on defense. Which is usually what happens, but this guy thinks he's cute, and he uses all his Elixir, thinking that a balloon can kill a tower that's at full health faster than minions can kill a tower that's at like 5 health. On to the next game though. Now this kid's already crying, and I don't even know why. Maybe he could just feel that golems were coming. He could just feel it in his bones. I mean, I know that Elixir Collector could feel the fireball in his bones. I hate how the Elixir Collector has so little health, but it stays alive for such a long time. But that means that any ranged attacks or any attacks that do damage to the Elixir Collector takes out so much time off of its life. Because that Elixir Collector is your long-term investment, and then right as he uses a ranged attack on it, you're already losing Elixir. So he uses his pathetic Hog Rider and his freeze spell. Now he's got nothing to defend my whole entire golem attack, and this is pretty much GG already. Let's just speed through the rest. Blah blah blah, he thinks a cannon can kill a golem, GG. Next replay. This replay is from Arena 5 or Spell Valley, because when you're going down your replay list, it goes from most recent to least recent, and I actually pushed up into Arena 6 for my 3rd time using this card deck. Looking back on this replay, one of the things that I would change is seeing that this guy's attack was clearly strong enough to take out my tower, and maybe even my main tower. I would have, instead of placing the little bomb things in front so that they get killed by the minion horde, I would have waited until the minion horde locked onto the tower and then placed the little fireball things behind them so that all 3 of them would get a hit in on all of the minion horde. Now we've got our golem going in, and I don't know why I thought he was going to be a good matchup for a minion horde, but I fixed that real quick with my fireball things. So if you were going to make a meme about snow beasts, you can't make the meme called Fire Sprites Fireball Things for a whole video. Didn't even bother to look it up. Because I did look it up, and now I know they're called Fire Sprites. So that tower is 100% dead, or for you pessimistic people, 0% alive. From here, it's just easy money. So I melted that tower. Get it? The fire sprites. The funny thing is, I chose to put that soundtrack instead of this one. But yeah, that's pretty much the video, so goodbye.